Haunted by broken promises, sculptor Maya's talent withered, buried under procrastination. Can a stern mentor's unusual advice reignite her passion? This story reveals how discipline isn't a constraint, but a powerful act of self-respect. Discover how showing up, even when inspiration fades, can unlock your hidden potential and transform dreams into breathtaking reality. In a small town lived Maya, a sculptor celebrated for her extraordinary talent. Her early creations had captivated critics who all praised her vivid imagination. But behind the accolades, she battled a hidden struggle. Her studio, once a haven of creativity, had grown into a dusty, cluttered place, and her talent felt empty. A magnificent block of marble stood untouched, a silent witness to Maya's broken promises. Her problem wasn't talent, but a struggle with discipline. Maya only worked when inspiration struck. More often, Maya found herself procrastinating, lost in distractions and plagued by guilt, forever waiting for the perfect moment that never came. Her self-worth crumbled like bits of marble dust on the floor. One day, her old mentor, Lena, arrived without warning. Lena, a stern woman with eyes that had seen decades of art, didn't praise Maya's talent. Instead, Lena picked up a simple chisel and looked straight into Maya's eyes. "You don't have to sculpt. You can sweep the floor, sharpen your tools, or just stare at the stone. But you must show up. The habit is more important than the art." Maya felt hesitant. Show up every day? For what? To do nothing? But Lena's eyes carried unwavering certainty. So Maya reluctantly agreed. The first week was the hardest. Maya arrived at 8 every day, sat before the block of marble, and often found herself just watching dust motes dance in the sunlight. She felt foolish, restless, even frustrated, but she held her promise. Lena's words echoed softly in her mind. The habit is more important than the art. By the second week, Maya began to take small actions, tidying up the studio, sweeping the floor, organizing her chisels. Each task was simple, almost mundane, yet each made the space feel more alive and inviting. More importantly, Maya felt a change inside herself. She was showing up, not because she was inspired, but because she respected the process. By the third week, something unexpected happened. Maya picked up a chisel and made a few tentative taps on the marble. The knocks were light, unsure, as if she was just testing the sound. But then came more taps, and gradually small shapes began to emerge from the raw stone. There was no grand burst of inspiration, no electric moment of creation. Instead, weeks of steady, disciplined work wore away the rough surface. The steady work revealed the promise hidden beneath. Maya realized then that discipline wasn't a punishment or a cage. It was a pledge she made every morning, a promise to herself that her goals, dreams, and potential were worthy of investment. She was no longer waiting for inspiration to strike, because she had learned a powerful truth. Showing up day after day, was itself an act of faith in the future she wanted to create. Her sculpture grew not from fleeting bursts of passion, but from a deep respect for her own promise and potential. Through discipline, Maya found pride in persistence and joy in progress. The block of marble became more than stone. It became a testament to her self-respect and resolve. In time, the finished piece stood proudly in the studio center. A beautiful living proof that true art was born not just from talent, but from the daily discipline that honors oneself. Maya's journey was no longer defined by waiting for magical inspiration, but by the courage to show up and work every single day. Lena returned months later to see the completed sculpture. She smiled, a rare sight, and simply nodded, her eyes full of unspoken pride. "You have learned well, Maya," Lena said, her voice softer than usual. "The true masterpiece is not the sculpture, but the artist you have become." Maya continued to sculpt, not driven by the need for fame or recognition, but by the intrinsic joy of creation. Her studio transformed into a haven of creativity, where the act of showing up each day was a celebration of self-respect. And so, Maya's story became a timeless tale, whispered among artists, of how discipline is not a constraint, but a key to unlocking one's true potential. For within the simple act of showing up every single day lies the profound power to transform dreams into reality. Maya continued to inspire as her art was not just a beautiful creation, it was a reflection of her self-respect.